Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the January 8th, 2026 meeting of the Memphis and Shelby County Land Use Control Board. My name is Mary W. Sharp, and I will be serving as your chairperson today. We will begin this morning's meeting with a roll call. Mr. Ragsdale, would you proceed, please?
Yes, Madam Chair. Mr. Gill?
Here.
Mr. Thomas?
Here.
Ms. Wilbanks?
Here.
Mr. Winter?
Here.
And I see Mr. McKenna coming in, and Vice Chair Lyles Wallace, and Chair Sharp.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you.
Yes, that's right.
Okay, I would like to remind you that copies of today's agenda are located at the front right podium if you need them. If you wish to be a speaker on any case that is on today's agenda, please fill out the attendant speaker's card located at the front podiums. Once you have filled out the card, please bring it up front and hand it to one of your DPD staff members located at the left podium. When that agenda item is called, you will be given an opportunity to speak. At this point, I would like to read our conflict of interest statement. The adopted policy of the Land Use Control Board requires that any member of the board recuse himself or herself from any participation in the discussion or voting on any matter on the meeting's agenda in which he or she may have direct or indirect personal interest. The member shall vacate his or her seat during deliberation on any matter from which they have recused themselves. As an abstention may substitute for a recusal for the purpose of maintaining a quorum. I would like to now get approval of our minutes from the last meeting. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion, we have a second. Is there any discussion? Is there any discussion? Hearing none, I assume we're ready to vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion carries. Okay, Mr. Ragsdale, may I please get a secretary's report for this month and an explanation of today's procedures?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I do not have a secretary's report, so I'll go into the procedure. At the beginning of today's meeting, we will establish a consent agenda for those items where no one in the audience or on the board is requesting an individual public hearing. After the consent agenda is established and approved, we will move on to the regular agenda. For each case on the regular agenda, the DPD planner will give a presentation. This will be followed by the applicant's presentation and any testimony from others who support the application. The applicant and supporters will be given a total of 10 minutes. Following each speaker, the chair will ask the board members if they have any questions for that speaker. Next, the opposition will be given a total of 10 minutes to present their case. Following each speaker, the chair will ask the board members if they have any questions for that speaker. Finally, the applicant will have a 3-minute rebuttal period under the same rules. Following all the presentations and after all parties have been heard, the chair will ask the board members if they have any additional questions for anyone who spoke. Then the chair will close the public portion of the case, entertain a motion on the matter, discuss, and then vote on the application. If an application or any speaker would like to be heard after the conclusion of the public hearing portion of the case, or if a board member wishes to hear any additional testimony for any party for any additional clarification, a motion will need to be made along with a second, and then a 2/3 affirmative vote of the board is required to reopen the public hearing portion of the agenda item. If the public hearing is reopened, both the applicant and the opposition will be allowed an equal amount of time to provide additional testimony. After the additional comments, the board will close the public hearing portion of the case and deliberate and take the final vote. Again, if any member of the audience wishes to provide testimony in support of or in opposition to a case, he or she will need to fill out a speaker's card. These are available at the front podium. Speaker's cards are not required of applicants since their names are already part of the record.
Thank you, Mr. Ragsdale. And I would like to take this time to make an announcement that this month is Mr. Darrell Thomas's birthday yesterday, and yours truly on the 28th of this month. Thank you, Mr. Ragsdale, and we'll say happy birthday. Okay. The board is a supporter of community involvement, and we welcome neighborhood comments and feedback. We are respectful of the fact that many of you have taken off work or adjusted your schedules to be here today, but we ask that your comments be made within the time frame allowed. If there are multiple speakers, please try not to be repetitive so as to make the most of your side's 10-minute time allotment. Lastly, I'd like to ask you to silence all your cell phones so as not to interrupt or disturb anyone during today's proceedings. With our procedures now explained, I would like to introduce to my right Ms. Lisa Wellbanks, who will be this morning's consent agenda chairperson. Ms. Wilbanks will read items 1 through 12 as the consent agenda. Once the consent agenda is read, if you wish to discuss one of these items individually, please come forward and give us the item number, and we will pull that case. We will then vote on the remaining consent agenda items as one vote. And following the vote, we will hear the cases that were pulled individually. Ms. Wilbanks, would you proceed, please?
Yes, ma'am. Item number 1, case MJR 2025-031 in Oak Haven Parkway Village. The request is a major modification to PD 1985-320 for a site plan review for an adult daycare center located at 5406 Knight Arnold Road. Staff recommendation is approval. Item number 2, case MJR 2025-032 in Core City. The request is a major modification to PD 2008-325 and MJR 2022-047 to legitimize existing structures located at 363 Mulberry Street. Staff recommendation is hold for 1 month. Item number 3, case S 2025-046 in unincorporated Shelby County. The request is a 2-lot major residential re-subdivision located at 201 South Monterey Farms Cove. Staff recommendation is approval. Item number 4, case SAC 2025-006 in Core City. The request is a right-of-way closure of approximately 8,800 square feet of Liddy Place between Georgia Avenue and West Carolina Avenue. Staff recommendation is hold for 1 month. Item number 5, case SUP 2025-035 in East Memphis. The request is a special use permit to allow 125-foot monopole cell tower in the residential single-family 10 district located at 170 North Oak Grove Road. Staff recommendation is hold for 1 month. Item number 6, case SUP 2025-06 in East Memphis. The request is a special use permit to allow a 130-foot monopole tree-style cell tower in the residential urban 3 district as governed by PD 96-322CC located at 3778 Old Waverly Cove. Staff recommendation is approval with conditions. Item number 7, case SUP 2025-037 in Whitehaven. The request is a special use permit to allow a C-store with gas pumps in the commercial mixed-use 1 district located at 1681 East Rains Road. Staff recommendation is hold for 1 month. Item number 8, case SUP 2025-038 in unincorporated Shelby County. The request is a special use permit to allow phase 1 of an approximate 70-acre solar farm in the Conservation Agriculture District located at 8414 Armour Road. Staff recommendation is approval with conditions. Item number 9, case SUP 2025-039 in unincorporated Shelby County. The request is a special use permit to allow phase 2 of an approximate 70-acre solar farm in the Conservation Agriculture District located at 8414 Armour Road. Staff recommendation is approval with conditions. Item number 10, case Z 2025-007 in Oak Haven and Parkway Village. The request is a rezoning of approximately 18.22 acres from commercial mixed-use 2 to employment located at 3260 Holmes Road. Staff recommendation is hold for 1 month. Item number 11, case SUP 2025-030 in North Memphis. The request is a special use permit to allow a group daycare home in the residential urban 1 district located at 1333 Fairfax Street. Staff recommendation is approval with conditions. Item number 12, case SUP 2025-020 near Raleigh. The request is a special use permit to allow used vehicle sales in the commercial mixed-use 1 district located at 6250 Summer Avenue. Staff recommendation is approval with conditions, and that is our consent agenda.
Thank you, Ms. Wilbanks. Anyone now wishing to pull a case from the consent agenda, please come forward and give us the item number. Okay, so far we haven't pulled any item numbers. So the items on the consent agenda will be voted on with 1 vote, subject to the recommendation of DPD. By voting on the consent agenda, each board member is affirming that he or she has read the staff report and agrees with its findings and, where applicable, its recommended conditions. Can I get a motion, please?
Yes, ma'am. Move to approve item number 1, case MJR 2025-031. Item number 2, case MJR 2025-032 as a whole. Item number 3, case S 2025-046. Item number 4, Case SAC 2025-006 as a hold. Item number 5, case SUP 2025-035 as a hold. Item number 6, case SUP 2025-036. Item number 7, case SUP 2025-037 as a hold. Item number 8, case SUP 2025-038. Item number 9, case SUP 2025-039. Item number 10, case Z 2025-007 as a hold. Item number 11, case SUP 2025-030. And item number 12, case SUP 2025-020.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Okay, we have a motion, we have a second. Is there any discussion amongst our board members? Is there any discussion? Hearing none, I assume we're ready to vote. All in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed, nay. Motion carries.